at this part of the process, I've gone ahead and scalped off the little toupee that I'm putting on this buck. I'm going to leave that on there, but I went ahead and cleaned it first. I think it's going to go that way or something like that. Something like that. There you go. So I went ahead and scalped it off with my skinning knife here. And the reason I did is because there's still a little bit of fat on there. And I have to take and just clean that off and thin it down. And then I'm going to salt this. I'm going to lay it down and cover it in just plain old table salt. No iodine in it. You can just use plain table salt. Get you a couple of cartons of that. Maybe two cans of it will do it. And just lay it on a flat surface and cover it in salt. Leave it for at least about 3 days, and it'll get nice and hard. Take it off and take the salt off, and check to make sure that it's white in there, okay, and that this is not wet. So basically, you're making it into almost like a jerky, if you will, minus the spices. But I'm gonna go ahead and make sure. See, there's a little bit more meat on there, so that's why I took that scalp off. And did that because I want to make sure that I get all of that meat off of there. And I ended up soaking this. I boiled it, actually simmered it in a stock pot for about 45 minutes. But I scalped it first. I took all the skin off, and then I took as much meat as I can get off just by the use of the knife. Real good sharp knife, and you'll be able to do it. It'll cut through that sinew, and I went ahead and did that, and then I boiled it. So it had a little bit of meat. I had already got the bone out. You can see I've cracked these bones here on the bottom there, and I was able to get the brain out, able to get most of the sinus cavity out. That all helped a lot with the boiling process. That's why it only took about 45 minutes to about an hour and 15. So after that, I'm just whittling away at this little bit of meat that's on there, okay. And if I can't get it to cooperate with me, what I'll do is I'll take a good wire brush like I have right here, and that'll help loosen it up. That'll help loosen it up a lot. And you don't want to do this close to the hair because it'll rip the hairs out. And see, it just kind of strips it off of there. It won't do anything to that bone, but it'll strip that meat right off of there. It'll loosen it up. And the sooner that you do this right after it's boiled, the easier that meat will come off. But like I said, I take that knife and just run it across there. And it strips that meat right off of there. I wonder how I found out as much as I have. I tell you that. I've been doing it a bit, and it's a very good skill to have, and to know. You know, a lot of people now are making videos on YouTube, but you know, it's worth it to know it for yourself. All right, so then I'm going to go ahead and after I get this cleaned up, I'm going to go ahead and bleach it. And you can do this a couple of different ways. You can boil it, meaning simmer, and bleach, but just don't get it on the antlers because it'll bleach the antlers too. These antlers are dirty right now. I'm going to go ahead and scrub them down and clean them up so they're nice and white. Or you can use a peroxide, which like what women products do, like they bleach their hair. You can use the same thing, but make sure when you go to simmer your head, make sure that you don't boil it too long because it'll start splitting. You know, just like a human head, it's got lines in there. The head is not one piece. It's not one bone. It's several bones that are put together by connective tissue. And if you boil it too long, just like you do a chicken, it'll start to break apart, and those bones become brittle. They'll become soggy, and as soon as you touch it, it'll fall right apart. So that's why I said about 45 minutes with cleaning before. Skin it first and then clean it, and you'll see how long it'll take you. Just check it, and the meat will start pulling back away from the bone, just like just the way that ribs do. It'll start pulling back away from the bone, and then you'll just be able to mainly use the wire brush. That wire brush will take it right off, most of it anyways, and just clean it up. Alright, I'm going to finish this up.